Hello and welcome to my August garden tour update video. Everything has exploded in growth this month because the days have warmed up and they're getting longer, and we had some rain during the week which helped pump everything up, which was great. The flowers are looking beautiful. They're making the garden look really pretty, and I'm happily getting to that cottage garden style look that I'm trying to achieve. I've got a lot of harvesting to do today to get ready for the changeover to the spring and summer veggies, and I've got all those seedlings started. So let me show you what's going on. Been planting out lots of flowers, and these Apricota Cosmos have bloomed this week, and I think they are just absolutely stunning. The colors just look iridescent, so I'm loving those. And I've got a lot more seedlings that I'm sprouting, and I'm gonna plant these everywhere because they're so beautiful. I have planted my apple tree here. This is an apple, Subtropical variety, and it is just about to burst into flower, which is exciting. And the flowers on this tree are absolutely beautiful. And I've started some Kennebec potatoes. They're just starting to pop up there. 2 potatoes in one pot and 3 in another. See how they go. Some rosemary cutting there. I've popped in a pot. This is the prolific Preston fig, which is just starting to get a little leaf there, so hopefully that'll come back soon. If you saw last week's video, I talked about growing free fruit trees, and this mulberry featured in that. So this was a cutting I took from my old place, and they are starting to fruit already, even though this tree is tiny. And my fig cuttings are looking pretty good. They won't fruit until a bit later, towards the end of summer. Here is another mulberry cutting that I took from the old place, and it's a bit bigger, and I'm going to plant these out this week, so hopefully they'll get a lot bigger a lot quicker. And another fig cutting there from the old place. This celery I popped in this grow bag has just gone nuts. It is so big and healthy, and if you've seen my previous videos you would know that I'm pretty terrible at growing celery, but these are going really well, so I'm happy. This variety is Sierra from Active Vista, so happy with that. Haven't tried it yet. I'm letting it get a bit bigger and then I'm going to juice it. Some strawberries down here under the net so the birds don't get them, so they've been producing a couple of strawberries for me here and there. Another fig cutting from the old place. Some more celery there. Not quite as big as the other one, but still doing well. Cauliflower here that I need to harvest because it is starting to turn purple and spread out from the sun, and I don't want this to go to flower before I harvest it, so that's getting harvested today. This is an Aurora broccoli that I'm just waiting to get a little bit bigger before I harvest it. You'll be happy to know I finally planted my lychee tree right here where it's a little bit protected from the wind, and looks like we're going to get some fruit off it this year. There's heaps of these little sprouts on here, which is cool. This is the Gros Lizet tomato that I harvested quite a few tomatoes off recently, and I cut all the dead bits off it, and this bit right at the bottom sprouted and it's got flowers, so I thought it was a goner, but it's come back again. There's some more flowers there, so I'm just gonna let it continue to grow. And the tomatoes, this Gros Lizet variety, are so delicious. I've actually saved seeds so that I can keep growing it because it's really yummy. I finally planted my Kensington Pride mango tree right here, and I'm going to keep it quite small, so hopefully it's happy in its new home there. And just planted a bunch of flowers at the base here, which I'm going to do throughout this whole garden bed because I love flowers. They're so pretty. And I have, can you see there? A cherry, and there's more over there, so that is so cool because this tree, I've only had it for what, a month or two, and it was a bare rootstock, and now it's covered in leaves and it actually has fruit, which I just think is the coolest thing ever. I think I've counted that there's 8 cherries for the first year. I am so happy with that, and I hope that they make it all the way through to the ripening stage. The rain made these onions burst into life, so they're starting to look like they're bulbing out now, which is exciting because my onions have been a bit slow this year. This is the delightful, let me see there, delightful Tropic Sensations peach. And I've just kept this in a pot because I'm going to plant it around the other side. But that is starting to burst into flower. There's quite a few buds on here, so I'm really excited to get some fruit off this year, because last summer is when I purchased it and I had to cover it up because the possums just kept eating the leaves off it and it did not grow at all. This year it has definitely grown. I've pruned it once already and it looks like we're going to get some fruit. The O. Henry peach, which you might have seen a few videos back, I think it was my planting and pruning video, and I was worried about this one because it's actually not for this climate. It's doing nothing, so I'm gonna leave it, see what it does through summer, see if it actually breaks dormancy. If not, I'm gonna dig it out and sell it to someone that lives in a temperate area, not a subtropical area. So we'll see how that one goes. More flowers all along here. Got zinnias, cornflower, poppies, snapdragons, all kinds of things. My tangelo tree is starting to produce some new leaves. Hopefully we'll start to see some flowers soon. So I think last August it was covered in flowers, but this year it's a bit slow, although that looks like there might be a flower there, so that's good. The mandarin, the imperial dwarf mandarin, is loaded with flowers. Hopefully you can see that. There, I can see little white flower buds everywhere, so it looks like it is going to produce really well next winter. Okay, over here I have my King Edward potatoes, which are starting to die off. I'm gonna wait probably another 4 weeks to make sure that it's around 110 days before I harvest these, because I want to make sure they are a decent size. See if I can actually get large potatoes, which if you watch my videos you would know I still have not cracked the code on growing large potatoes. And over here, these are the Sebago potatoes. These have just gone crazy, like the growth on these is insane. So I'm hoping that means I'm gonna get a really good harvest of potatoes, but I'll have to wait and see. These ones are probably about 6 weeks away from harvesting. Okay, so back over here, this is bed 4, and we have got a lot of cauliflower and broccoli in here. I'm just covering them up and pegging the leaves close so they don't turn yellow or purple from the sun. I've got a little broccoli there, and I've picked a few of the broccoli out of this bed already, but we have quite a few cauliflower coming along, which is cool, and they're looking really healthy. And yesterday I planted this capsicum into this garden bed because this is where I'm going to plant all my tomatoes, capsicum, chilies and eggplant this year. This was one that was in the pot that just kept producing, and I wanted to get it out of the pot and into the garden bed so it can actually get some decent sized fruit on it. You can see a little baby capsicum growing there. It's so cute. I think this variety is Giant Bell. That's what the paddle pop stick said. I thought it was California Wonder, but the capsicums never really got that big through winter, so I'm hoping with the heat they will get a lot bigger. So I'm already transitioning into the spring and summer veggies for this bed, and just basically I'm going to harvest a lot of this broccoli today and then probably rip these plants out so that I can turn the bed over and get it ready for all the tomatoes, which are probably almost ready. Yeah, this broccoli definitely needs to be picked because it's starting to separate there, so that's coming out today. This bed here, which is bed 3, is the garlic and onion bed. I planted some stock flowers in this planter at the front here, and I'm absolutely loving them. These flowers are so beautiful, and I just adore this color here, and this lilac color is so pretty. Definitely be saving the seeds from these because I just bought these at the nursery. The flowers have just been lasting forever. But anyway, back to the veggies. So we have onions here at the front, and with all that rain they just beefed up so much. You can see the pattern on here. So I think these onions, and there's a couple over there as well, that I think are going to be really big, and the rest are just going to be normal size, which is good because I don't like to have them all to be massive because it's easier just to eat normal size ones. And then the garlic is starting to get quite large as well, so you can start to see the leaves there, which I think represents the cloves. So on this side I've still got the sugar snap peas growing. They're almost done, they're starting to die off now, but I've been actually getting heaps off them the last couple of weeks. And down here I have planted more cosmos. So this is cosmos pop sock pink, and that's really pretty as well. So they're gonna look really pretty once they get really tall at the back of this bed. And the bees have been loving all these flowers. So bed 2, which is my carrots and salad bed, I've just got viola, petunia and pink snapdragons in the planter at the front, which looks pretty. The dill needs to be picked today. I'm going to preserve that. This broccoli needs to be picked because I think that's about to go to seed. I put more carrots in the front here and popped in more lettuce and some pak choy in the gaps here because I've pulled out another broccoli, and I'm starting to harvest these lettuce because that one looks like it's about to bolt. These two are still good here, but I might pick them today before they bolt. And the coriander is looking good too. I'm going to pick a bunch of that and preserve it. More dill, and the celery is taking its time, that's alright. And the radish is starting to beef up. I might pick one of those today and give it a taste test. And then the carrots are just beautiful. I picked 2 yesterday and they are such a good size. I'm going to pick some more of those today. And I have more sugar snap peas on this trellis. The ones on this side are starting to die off, so I'm just gonna let these dry up and save the seeds because they're really sweet and tasty. And I have planted, I think you can see down there, some sweet pea, so they'll grow up the trellis and look beautiful when they flower. Over on bed 1 we have the strawberries here, which are, I was going to move them over to this garden bed here because that gets sun first thing in the morning, and those pots were going to be moved, but they're starting to fruit. There's a lot of flowers on here and I don't want to disturb them while they're fruiting and flowering. I'm just going to leave them here because the sun is getting onto this bed a lot sooner now, so we'll see how they go. But this coriander has just gone nuts, so I need to get this out and harvest it before it starts to bolt. And I've just got another mix of lettuce and pak choy that I've popped in between the plants here because I had to get them in the ground because they were getting too big for their seedlings cell. And we have more broccoli here. This cabbage is looking really, really tasty. Other ones are still a bit small, but I'll just leave them. And this strawberry plant, this is alpine strawberry, which wasn't a huge fan of, but this thing is just prolific. I just keep picking strawberries off it every day, and they're actually pretty tasty. Very different flavour to normal strawberries. They kind of taste like bubble gum, but sometimes they have an odd aftertaste, but I'm enjoying it for now. So over here near the pond area, I've been doing a little bit of work the last few weeks, and I planted out a parsley into this terracotta pot. I planted out another pawpaw in this pot, or it was about to die. There's some more beautiful cosmos in there, and just a bunch of flowers around this finger lime tree here. And some snapdragons, another red papaya over there. I potted my Sweet Millions tomatoes the other day because they were getting quite big for their pot. But I also purchased a black cherry tomato from Bunnings because I tried to get seeds but they were sold out, so I just got this and I can save the seeds because it's an heirloom. Apparently they taste really, really delicious, those tomatoes. And I've just got my other tomatoes here. So I started my cucumbers probably a few days ago. They've popped up really quickly, maybe a week ago. So they're looking really good. So just Lebanese variety, and then some Gorpin and Craig, which is a F1 commercial variety I grew last year that was really good. I found some seeds at Bunnings for sun gold tomatoes, which I want to try because apparently they taste really good. And then all the seedlings I popped in probably 2 or 3 weeks ago are looking massive. I probably need to up pot these now. So I've got Amish paste, German yellow stripe, Cherokee purple and San Marzano. So I just pop them out here to enjoy the sun during the day. And this garden bed over here, I've got a little lime tree which has just started flowering, and it's such a little baby tree, so that's so cute. And I've just planted a bunch of flowers in there as well that I started from seed, so we've got some stock over the back, and scabious salmon, cornflower, poppies. I think that's about it. So that'll look really pretty once they start flowering. And this bed here is the bed that Zuri keeps digging up, but I'm about to put fencing around it and plant a mulberry tree and a black currant in there. So that's this week's project. So over this side of the pool, I have popped all the blueberry pots, and they are flowering and starting to put on some berries. I'll try and find some here. I'll talk about this in a minute. But they are doing really well, getting lots of green leaves. But look at the amount of berries on this blueberry here. I'm hoping they get really big and juicy and sweet. I haven't had a good harvest off the blueberries yet, but they're about 3 years old now, so it's now or never. You've got to produce or you're getting banished. So yeah, there's quite a few berries. I'm hoping the bees find them over here and pollinate them so they get big and juicy. This plant is my sunset dwarf peach, and look how beautiful these flowers are. I just come out here every day and look at them and touch them. They're so pretty. There's about 8 flowers on here. I'm hoping that means I get about 8 peaches. I haven't had a peach off this yet. I had 1 flower on it last year and the possums ate it, so I didn't get 1 peach off it. This year, I think I'm in with a good chance. So yeah, I moved them over this side so that they get a decent amount of sun during the day, and that frees up space in my other veggie garden. Okay, my fruit salad tree. It's got 2 nectarines on it. One there and one there, and it's got about 18 peaches on it. And this little branch down here is so small and thin, but it's got this big peach on it, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's producing really well. I'm really excited because these are going to be ready very early, so hopefully that means I won't have to worry about fruit fly. So over here, my potting bench, I've got a few things on the go, and as soon as I plant something out, I start something new. And I've been doing a lot of flowers this winter, so I've got some more cosmos pink there, some more poppy Shirley mix there, Paris island cos lettuce there, which I will talk about soon where I'm going to put that, some chives, more cornflower, more zinnias. I just got some new seeds of cosmos cupcake, which is like a white cosmos, which will be really pretty. I've done more celery, so that's starting to come through now. Apple mint's starting to get big, which I'm going to make tea out of. Some more cosmos apricotta there, some more stock flowers, more salmon scabiosa, and I've started my eggplants. There's a white eggplant there, which I think looks really cool. Some more giant bell capsicum, some lemongrass, some chrysanthemum, which is daisies, I think. They look like daisies. I got some nasturtium double jewel salmon baby, which look really pretty. Some apricot aster. Got some Roma tomatoes there, which have popped up already. Some peach snapdragons, because I absolutely love snapdragons. And I think that's it. But I'm actually going to go and get another tray and some more of these seedling trays and start my corn today too, because I want to get that out. And I might actually start some more cucumbers, because I really want a lot of cucumbers, and they're going to go on the trellis where the sugar snap peas were. The Paris island cos lettuce, that is going to go in this here. All the furniture's out of the house because we've got the vacuum going. But for my birthday, I got this raised self-watering planter, 1 meter long by 1/2 meter wide, and I'm gonna pop that down where the potting station is, because it gets a fair bit of sun during the day, and it's on wheels as well, so I can move it around quite easily. I can pop it in the sun and move it where it needs to go. Now, if you saw my video of planting out the tropical fruit forest, update. We've still got the bananas and pawpaw growing. I've planted a heap of flowers in here, so I've done some sweet peas, some snapdragons. The bananas and pawpaw tree have not really grown much at all because they do not get any sun here, so they've really slowed down. They're still okay, they're still growing, but very, very slowly. But I'm hoping that as the sun comes more towards the south, as the day gets longer, this area will start to get more sun, and I'm hoping all the banana trees and pawpaw trees will get high enough, at least as high as the fence, so that then they will get the sun during winter as well. So it's just a waiting game, and if that doesn't happen, then I'm gonna have to move them all and just put shade loving plants in this garden bed. Bit of a wonky one, starting to turn a bit purple from the sun, but it's still edible. Alright, time to harvest some carrots, which is one of my favourite things to do. Let's find some big ones here. This one looks decent. That's not too bad. A little bit wonky, but it's pretty good. There's another big one. Maybe this one. Pretty decent size. They're nice and thick. They smell delicious. Okay, let's try this one. Not bad. Could have been a bit longer, but still pretty thick. This one here. I might do this one. Oh, that's decent. Look at that. That's heavy. Really nice thickness to that. Happy with these. Oh, this one looks big. A bit longer, not as thick, but nice and long. Maybe this one. Oh, that's a good one. Look how thick that is. Oh my goodness. That's a honker. Probably the thickest one yet. I think that shall do. Actually, let me get this one. Oh, it's a little bobby. That's okay. So, decent carrot haul today, which is nice, and I'll let these get a bit bigger before we harvest the rest. That is a pretty decent carrot haul. I am very happy with that. Okay, time for these lettuce to come out, which I'm sad about because it's going to leave a space in the garden, but they're starting to bolt, so I want to get these out. That's such a good size. Oh, there's another one there. I might let that get a bit bigger, but definitely take this one out. That is bolting. I'm hoping they're not too bitter. Heaps of lettuce. And this still has gone to flower, which I'm just going to leave because the bees love it and I can save some seeds. But I'm going to take some of this dill and some coriander and preserve those today too. And I'm going to take this collie out here, little baby collie. Didn't get very big because it doesn't get a lot of sun here. This end of the beds are the last to get sun up till about 12 o'clock. But still edible. And we'll take some dill. Alright, that's a pretty good amount of dill. Take some of this coriander. I love the smell of coriander. I think I'm going to have to make my Thai chicken curry with this. And if that's the case, I'm going to pull that out because I need the roots from it
whole thing out because I need that part for the Thai chicken curry.
So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.